Garmadon has been one of the best villains in Ninjago's run. He is a cunning, ruthless, and a maniacal warlord who sought to conquer Ninjago. He's also funny, sarcastic, and can be pretty condescending towards the ninja. But he is a more tortured and conflicted soul than that. He was not born evil, nor did he choose to be. His path towards darkness wasn't his to make. A snake known as the Great Devourer made it for him. When he was a child, he and his brother Wu were playing in the monastery of Spinjitzu, but Wu's sword flew beyond the walls. Afraid of their father's disapproval, Wu chose not to retrieve it, but Garmadon, being the older brother that he was, did so instead. He found the sword, but was bitten by the Devourer, and its venom slowly began to corrupt him and shape him into the four-armed freak he is today. But there may be more here than meets the eye. While it is possible that Garmadon's corruption was a coincidence, and perhaps just an accident, personally while I was rewatching that flashback, I found the events to be far too circumstantial. It's not like the Devourer was just waiting to bite Garmadon, as if it knew he was going to go outside. So was there more at play regarding that fateful event? Was it all part of someone's plan? So, it is emphasized that the Great Devourer is a monstrous snake with corruptive venom that can do the most unusual things to its objects. Its venom revived the dormant stone army from their tomb, turned Toy Story into a living nightmare, and most notably turned Garmadon evil. But what was in the venom that allowed it to do those things? Well, in one of the supplementary Ninjago comics, called Tomb of the Fangpire, it was explained that the Great Devourer was once an innocent garden snake until a darkness came and transformed the Devourer into the titanic monstrosity we saw in Season 1. Despite this book being non-canon since it has several inconsistencies with the show, it is my belief that the Overlord was behind the corruption of one of the first Ninjutsu Master's children by having the Devourer travel to the monastery in some form of telepathic communication. What I think is that he somehow put an extension of himself in the Devourer, corrupting it and making it a vessel for destruction. It would explain why he knew Garmadon would make his way to the Dark Island, as he said,
"I've been waiting for you."
It would also explain why its venom brought the Stone Army to life as well. Its venom had an essence of darkness in it that brought the Stone Army to life, since they were created by the Overlord himself. It could also be similar to dark matter since they both have the abilities to corrupt someone, as the Overlord said,
"What you call mud is concentrated evil. A dark matter that with one drop could make a man's heart turn as black as night."
Does that remind you of anyone? And it makes sense as to why he would do that. He fought the first Ninjutsu Master thousands of years before his sons were born, and he probably controlled the Devourer at that moment to corrupt Garmadon in an attempt to divide the family of his arch-nemesis. As to whether he chose to corrupt the older or younger brother, I have no idea. Probably wouldn't have mattered who would be bitten, just as long as one of them would turn evil in the end. This theory is further supported by the end of the Season 2 finale, when Lloyd defeated the Overlord and Garmadon appeared to be purified of the Devourer's venom. In the end, I personally believe that the Overlord played a hand in Garmadon's corruption and used him in an attempt to divide his family. Even though it didn't entirely work out in the end, Wu and Garmadon had a rough time being separated from each other after the latter was banished to the underworld, and I think that, to an extent, it was all done by the Overlord's hand. But I would love to hear what you have to say. Do you think that it was all circumstantial and that the Devourer corrupted Garmadon on its own, or do you think it was the Overlord who actually orchestrated Garmadon's fall to evil? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and follow me on Twitter at KingKnifeFury. Also, if you want to read the Tomb of the Fangpire book, I think it's on Amazon. It may be sold out, I don't know, but let's hope it's not. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!